I'm Stephanie,
I'm Meredith.
and welcome to This Is My Circus.
Hey, Steph.
Hi.
Let's go.
What are we doing today?
We're doing Conversations with the Killer documentary, Charles Manson.
I
hmm
have no words. Actually, there's lots of words, but
I still have heebie-jeebies.
oh,
Those are my words. Heebie-jeebies.
yeah, it was intense.
Yeah,
So this was 3 episodes long.
correct.
I'm glad we're on the same page
We
this
we
time.
do. Well, I remembered. Yeah, I watched this one this time. Yeah.
Each were an hour long.
hmm
So it was a lot of information, but I learned so much that I didn't want to know.
Right.
Like so much.
It was some trigger warnings.
Lots of trigger warnings.
So
Every
if you're
trigger warning.
triggered by anything, just don't listen to this except for to give us a review. Thanks. Bye.
We love you.
But I mean, murder, assault, rape,
All of the
murder,
things.
rape, assault.
Yeah,
It's bad, bad, bad.
yeah. Physical violence.
All of them. I'm so unsettled.
Me too.
I don't know any other way to say it other than just, oh.
hmm
Okay, so do we want to jump on in?
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, like
Mhm.
before we even get started,
Okay.
I didn't realize he was so short.
I know, 5'2". Are you
He's a
5?
pocket person.
He's a pocket man. No.
When you
You
think of
can't
it,
call him that.
when you think of a cult leader, like I
I
don't know
know.
why in my head he was like
Right. 6, 7.
they were like he's so charismatic and yeah,
Sorry.
I just
Right.
like I assumed that he was like this big guy.
Imposing figure
Yes.
that people are kind of scared of that way.
Yeah. No.
But he kind of used charm
Yeah. Which
and some abuse.
I am just floored.
That he was so small.
That took me by surprise the most.
Mhm.
The start when they
Yeah.
were like, oh, he was a small man, and
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. He was really, really small.
That's kicking that off.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was born into a family of basically his mom was really young.
Mhm.
She was a criminal. He grew up as a criminal.
Right.
So yeah, he was on a rough path.
So episode 1, it's called The Family.
Yep.
Okay, so then we're getting introduced to all the players, all of episode 1, like
Yep.
all of the people that belong to this cult.
Yes.
Okay, so when the doc starts, it starts off showing the Tate murders,
Yes.
and we get introduced to the detectives that were on the case,
hmm
which I felt so bad. They are traumatized from this
Mhm.
case still to this day.
Yeah,
Like,
you could read that
yeah,
in their faces
it
that
was
this was still something
that haunts them.
that they could never let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one detective was crying, like literally,
hmm
like choked up
hmm
tears.
hmm
So I can't imagine how it was back then,
Right.
like fresh.
Right.
Yeah, didn't like that.
No. That was rough.
So we had Officer Robert Burbridge and Jerry DeRosa were the 2 detectives.
The 2 detectives at the
hmm
front. Yep. And then we start meeting some of the women.
Yes.
hmm
And so you think at first these women are so dumb. How do you get pulled into the cult?
I know.
And then you start getting their stories and what he was doing, like how he was pulling them in, and then I feel bad because I was like, these women are so
We were
dumb.
so judgy. I
Yeah.
know. Well, and also some of them were 14.
hmm
Very, very, very young.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very young.
So the first person we meet is Diane Lake, and she is probably in this documentary the most out of all the women, I think. And her nickname was Snake.
Yeah. I like the nicknames.
hmm Well, that was kind of the thing back then, right?
hmm
I think.
yeah. Well, I mean, even supermodels like Twiggy and
Yeah.
everybody had a name.
Yeah. So her parents basically opted out of normal society, sold all of their belongings, and joined a commune. When they did that, she no longer felt like part of the family, and she was like, well, if I'm just going to be another person here, I'm out. And
hmm
she leaves the commune.
hmm
And that's when she meets Manson at 14.
hmm
He hugs her. Everyone acts like ecstatic to meet her when he brings her onto the
hmm
to commune,
Right.
and she's getting all the affection and everything she was lacking in her life. And he definitely had a way of knowing exactly what that person needed.
Isn't that crazy?
Creepy.
He was so intuitive to know what need they had to lure them and to keep them.
Yeah. So he basically sexually exploits her almost immediately.
hmm
She described feeling like he had made her into a woman
hmm
rather than being a child. That's disgusting because he was a
It's
freaking
so
grown-ass man.
gross. It's so gross. And this happened later in the ep, but it's still her talking about him. He made love to her. And that's disgusting. I hate that phrase anyway. It's gross to me. But as a 14-year-old child,
Yeah. And she stayed with the compound for 2 years. So she
yes,
left at 16.
yes. Which I'm
Um,
glad she got to leave.
yeah. Amen. So immediately from the jump when she was
Right.
telling the story is when I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. Like, I'm so sorry, ladies.
Yeah, yeah. My bad, my bad.
Super judgy of me. Whoops.
Whoopsie, whoopsie
He
poopsie.
didn't randomly pick just a person. Like he knew he could spot it from like a mile away,
Hmm.
of somebody that was just going through
He
it.
could see the vulnerability
Yeah,
in them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then we hear about the summer of love.
And I remember hearing my mom say, like, I would ask her stuff, when I'm little. I was so interested in all the weird things, even when I was young. And I would be like, well, what was the summer of love? All that. And she was like, well, they would have love ins. And I was like, oh, that sounds nice. That's a freaking orgy. I'd never put it together until I was watching this freaking ep and they said a love in. And I was like, oh, that's what that is.
And did you like be like, Mom?
I did. I did. It's like my mom told me about an orgy. No, I'm just kidding. She didn't, but she did.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I guess I thought that they just were just like
Like
sitting in a
singing and
room just
dancing.
loving
Yeah.
each other verbally or
Yeah.
a hug or no naked hugs, I guess. But anyway,
I love
that's,
the way you say naked.
I'll try to work that in more often.
Yes, please.
We also hear about Squeaky.
Yes.
Her name is Lynette Fromay. Is that how it was pronounced? I don't
Mhm.
really remember, but she was one of the earliest and his most devoted followers.
Mhm.
And her name was Squeaky. Again, so gross because when one of the dudes
Yeah.
would pinch her,
It was the blind old man that
yeah,
owned the ranch.
that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. Again, I watched the episode, just didn't remember that part.
And then I'm like, how does the blind man know where her ass is?
It's a great.
Was he really blind?
He might have just been faking it all along. But every time this blind man would luckily pinch her butt, she would squeak, ee, or whatever.
Yeah.
So she was squeaky. She was nutso. And you know what? I mean, again,
I
she
know.
had a history.
Yeah.
She went on to later try to assassinate President Gerald Ford.
Hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going.
Okay. Well, do you want to introduce like the early family?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So we had Mary Brunner, who was
Mhm.
Mother Mary.
Mhm.
Patricia Krenwinkel,
Yeah.
maybe Katie.
Katie.
Which why?
I don't know.
Lynette, we just introduced her as Squeaky.
Yep.
And then Susan Atkins as Sexy Sadie. And she was a stripper.
She was a stripper.
Yeah.
Yep. She was a
And
stripper.
then later on, we get Diane Lake, Catherine Gypsy, Cher, and Stephanie Schramm,
Mhm.
who were introduced later in the
Yeah.
doc.
So he builds his family and he builds them with these women 1st.
Mhm.
And then he brings in a couple of dudes.
Mhm.
So it wasn't all just women. And you know what? I thought there was like 200 of
So
them.
did I. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was picturing this whole huge.
Building full of people.
like
I,
hundreds.
honestly, in my
Yeah.
mind, I was kind of picturing like Waco.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Well, I think I don't know why. Yeah, I really don't
Yeah.
know why I thought
Yeah.
that, but I did. I
But
really.
so under 20 people?
Yeah.
15 people? So yeah.
I thought it was like this big production.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay, let's keep going.
Okay. So the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually they keep calling him Charlie in this
I know,
doc.
I don't, he's not a Charlie.
Charlie makes him sound too nice.
Correct.
So we're gonna call him Manson.
Yes.
So eventually Manson realizes he needs the place, their
Mhm.
headquarters to live. I mean,
To live. They
yeah.
have nowhere to live. And I didn't realize this either. They were eating out, they were dumpster diving.
Mhm.
That was another way he controlled them, though, is by basically they were just exhausted.
Well, as soon as they joined the family, they had to give everything up. Any
Everything.
personal belongings that they
Mhm.
had was no
It
longer theirs.
was communal.
Money, yeah,
Mhm.
everything was communal, and they had nothing to their name.
Yep. So this is so weird. They find the ranch.
Hmm.
Do you have the name of it in front of you?
I do. Spahn. It's Spahn.
Spahn.
Yeah, Ranch.
And it was an old movie set.
A Western movie set.
It's
Yeah.
so crazy because I have seen pictures, the normal pictures that everybody sees. Not normal pictures because it's Manson, but you know what I mean. But like the common pictures that are passed around, and I'm like, they're in like a saloon,
Yeah.
like whatever. I never realized what it was. So the old blind man we were talking about, this was his.
Possibly not blind.
This old man, alleged blind. This whatever. This was his his property.
It was a little bit run down, so Manson's like, "Hey,
Hmm.
we will help you take care of this place. We'll
Hmm.
help you get it back up and running." Really, he just like was like, "I'm going to take over."
Yeah.
But the
Yep.
old dude was like, "Sure," and he got to pinch as many butts as he wants apparently in exchange.
And now it's not just Manson and the women. Now there's the men and there's babies involved at this point. It's not just like two people or three people moving
No,
in.
it's
It's
like
the
a
group.
whole, yeah, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
So everybody's there. By the time they get, okay, so they did this kind of out of order.
Right.
They kept like kind of hopping around timelines in
Yes.
the doc. So maybe that's
Yes.
why I'm so messed up.
Well, and I will admit that because this is so fantastical, crazy, the story makes no logical sense.
Mhm.
It's really easy to get lost in it and think it's fiction and not pay attention.
Yeah.
But then you have to be like, oh, this really happened.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so they're moved in.
We learn about the ranch, but then we go back in time and find out about Charlie's childhood.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is where they're telling us about his mom
Hmm.
being a criminal, and he became a criminal as well.
Dad wasn't around much.
Right. He got caught, was sent to 7 different reform
Is that
schools.
insane?
So this is where I'm like, my heart a little bit broke for him, just a tiny bit, because
Okay.
I hate kids being abused, and
Yes.
it
Yes.
breaks my heart for anybody. But he, this is going to be a little bit of explicit language, but this is the quote from the documentary.
Hmm.
The documentary says that the reform schools taught him to suck, fuck, and fight. And then on the tapes, like the actual tapes of him, you hear him say, "You never let someone beat your ass. You let somebody beat your ass, they're going to fuck you in it." And I was never a tough guy.
Hmm. Hmm.
Abused, sexually abused. And he actually then says he studied how the people that were abusing him were getting away with it so that he could then abuse other people.
I wonder what his IQ was. He was a very smart guy, but he wasn't in these prep schools and these things you see, even like a military academy where things are just like regimen and you hate it because the kids don't have any fun. No, these were rough, bad, and his experiences in jail that he had all through when he was a teenager were really horrible. He was raped at knife point several times, just everything that you can imagine. And again, don't want this stuff to happen to anybody. But anyway, rough start to his
So
life.
at this point, I'm like, oh man, because no child
Correct.
should have to go through that.
Yeah.
And gross. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
anybody that does that to children,
Right.
like, even like kids doing it to kids, like that's,
Yeah.
the whole thing is gross.
Right. So he learned through all of this that intimidation and manipulation and just showing power gave you power. So that's what he was trying to
Emulate.
hmm
So Charlie gets out of the reform schools, and for a hot minute, he tries to be normal.
He does for like 6 months exactly.
Yeah. He gets married to Rosalie Willis, which I'm sure she does not want her name.
And I'm sure she's not going by that name anymore whatsoever.
He gets a job, she gets pregnant, and he never meets his child because she dips after
Thank
6
God.
months. Yeah, and like, could you imagine knowing that your father
No.
is child? Like, oh my God.
No.
Like doing a 23andMe and finding out.
That is coming back more than like you have attached or detached earlobes. That is coming back crazy.
But okay, so could you imagine though doing a DNA test and finding out like,
No. Like you're following the tree and you're like, oh look, this person had like 9 children, and you keep going over and you're like, there's this face with the swastika on the forehead. No, I could not imagine.
yeah, I will never do one of those DNA
I was
tests.
excited to find I did.
I would never, ever.
I was scared to do it though, because I was like, who am I related to? And then I was like, what if I am related to like Brian down the line? We are not.
It's happened before.
Yes, we are not. We are not married. I mean, we are married,
So
but we are not related.
all 4 of us just decided we wouldn't do it because we don't want to know if we have any half siblings out there.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I was like, nope. All right, so yeah,
Yep.
Charlie tries to do the thing.
Yep,
He
they last 6 months.
sucks,
Yeah.
and he goes to start stealing cars.
Yep, yep. So he gets
Gets arrested.
incarcerated again. Yep.
So for the next 12 years, he's in and out of jail for car theft, forging checks, and being a pimp.
Yep.
He just thought, well, why am I doing the work? The women can do the work, and I'll
Isn't
just
that crazy?
collect the money.
I don't remember hearing anything at this point that he was super violent. I mean, he was obviously doing terrible things, but
Yeah, no.
not as terrible as he gets.
So for, again, hot minute,
Yep,
he tried.
he did his best.
Yeah. Wasn't very good.
No, he failed.
All right, so then we learn how he learns how to be a cult leader.
You look so excited about that.
I just like this whole thing, like for somebody to be able to read a book
Hmm.
and pull this much out of a book,
Yeah.
my brain just doesn't work that way.
Hmm.
Like I'll read the book and I'll get it, but
Right.
I would
I'm not
not,
taking notes.
I would just not have the brain power. I wouldn't be a good cult person or a cult leader, apparently.
I never
Um,
would have pegged you as either of those.
so while he's incarcerated, he checks out a book out of the library and was obsessed with it. And it was called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie.
I wonder how Dell feels.
I'm sure not great. But again, never intended to be used for evil.
No,
It was
no.
intended to help people.
Right.
So he studied the techniques, understanding people's motivations, understanding
The
body language,
psychology,
like
all the things.
how to apply all of these methods. And he chose to use the superpower for evil.
Instead of good.
Again, he was described as super charismatic. Everybody that met him was just like, oh, this man is
Hmm.
so nice.
And
But
they felt like he connected with them.
right,
Like every person he met felt special.
right. So, and he was like a chameleon
Yeah.
like that. Like he just had that ability.
Yes.
I don't like talking to people, period. I would be so bad at any of this. Oh my gosh. This is not in my future. Thank God.
I'm glad you're safe. But I would come get you. Like if you got caught up in something, I'd come get you.
Oh, thank you.
I would hire somebody to come get you. You know how they hire the
Would you
people?
join my cult?
No. We're going oh, let's start one.
I know.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not joining somebody else's with you, but we'll start
We'll start
one.
one together.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. We'll co-lead.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's perfect. Great plan.
So while he's in jail, though, we learn he wants to be a rock star.
I swear
This
this
just kept going like in so many different
it
directions.
it does not feel real. It feels so detached
Mm,
because it goes in so many different directions and none of them connect.
yeah. And
Um,
nothing I mean, not that I've really studied
yeah.
Charles Manson, but
Yeah.
nothing I've ever heard before.
Well, the only thing I ever knew was like he was involved with the Beach Boys. And when I hear Beach Boys, I think like
I didn't
Surfing
even know that.
USA. I don't think like Dark and Twisted.
Yeah.
So we'll circle back and get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, super crazy. And we start hearing some of his songs eventually.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
Okay.
we meet Phil Kaufman,
Yep.
who is the former inmate that Manson hears that this dude has connections in the music industry, so he latches on.
Yep.
He becomes his best friend,
Mm-hmm.
thinking there's going to be some kind of payout at the end of this. But he describes Charlie's music as meant for young girls with the message of no one loves you but me. Ew.
Yeah.
I just, ugh,
I
ugh.
know. I know.
Okay, so this is where the drugs start coming into play.
Yep. Yep. So he gives his people drugs. And he literally puts it in their mouths
Mhm.
and makes them move their tongue around and open their mouth to make sure that they kind of like in jail, making sure. But they don't know if he's ever taken the drugs or if he has, it's a very small amount.
And one girl actually says, I don't think he ever did
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't like to lose control.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you and I had talked about this, but there is documented records in the CIA that he was part of the CIA, whatever, when they were using drugs to try to do mind control.
Mm-hmm.
He was part of that.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
It wasn't in this doc, but
Right.
we've talked about this before.
Right. And drugs were flowing.
Yeah.
But at his control. You could only get high when he wanted you to get
Right.
high. It wasn't like everybody was just stoned whenever. He had the drugs and he told you when it was time to do whatever.
Mm-hmm. They didn't have any free will.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And then she said that while they were on the LSD, it was lots of sex.
They had the love ends, which are equal
Orgies.
orgies. Which
I'm not grown up enough to say these things. How are we adults?
I know, there's got to be a better adult than me than this. And he was like pairing them up or telling who to do what with whoever. Again, they had no free will,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just passing everybody to whoever he wanted to pass them to. But
Yeah.
drugs were rampant, a lot of acid.
But it was the free love commune.
It was the free love
Yeah.
commune.
So now his mask starts to slip a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because the girls are like, what the heck, like
Mm-hmm.
this isn't right. He begins demanding bizarre obedience.
Mm-hmm.
The one girl, Stephanie, which I was like, don't say my name in
Don't
this.
say it.
remembers everyone being required to step exactly where he stepped when
Yes,
they went through the desert.
that was crazy.
And if they didn't, then they got punished,
And there was a conversation about one of them really getting
beaten.
beaten because they did not step in his exact footprints in the sand.
Hmm.
So crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy. And I'm like, do you not understand? We've talked about having out of body experiences,
Hmm.
being like, okay, this is crazy. I think that's one that I'd be like, wait a minute, hold up, something ain't right.
But they've been conditioned, and I think this
Yes.
is what she said, that he was constantly telling them not to think for themselves,
Hmm.
that they had to be more in touch with the higher power.
Hmm.
So he was conditioning them to think he was a higher power
Right.
because they said that he was transcended.
They
So,
called him like a demigod.
yeah.
Crazy pants. And we also have to remember they're on this ranch, they're isolated. And I don't mean just like they don't see anybody, they don't have a clock. They don't know what time of day it is. He has complete control over everything, over them knowing what time of day it is.
Yeah, they weren't allowed to think for themselves, and if they stepped out of line, there was consequences.
Yes.
It was no more everybody loves each other, everybody's free to do what they want. Now
Right.
it is like you do what Charlie wants or else.
Hmm.
Now here comes the Beach Boys.
Yeah, here we go. Ba 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 doo ba. Wait, no, whatever. Wrong song. But yeah, so he
Everybody go
yeah,
surfing.
thank you. That was totally
Everybody
lost.
USA.
Yeah, so did he meet them through the producer friend?
No, he picked them up as hitchhikers.
Yes.
Yes. So this is the drummer for the Beach Boys, and his name is
He was
Dennis
Dennis.
Mason.
Yep. And he was the youngest one,
He-
middle one.
Middle.
Middle one.
Hmm.
He was the middle one of the Beach Boys and they really connected.
Hmm. But he also felt like he didn't get enough,
Shine.
yeah, in the
Hmm.
Beach Boys, which he
Hmm.
didn't because I didn't know who he was.
Same.
Well, it wasn't my era either, but
Right, right. Literally knew none of their names, but still,
yeah,
he felt like he was getting the backstage a lot.
right. Again,
Yeah.
pick up on that quick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he picks up the girls, which were hitchhiking, and bring them to his house, whatever. The next day, he comes home, and out comes Charlie like he's the host of the house. Like, welcome. What?
All
Can you
5'2"
imagine,
of him standing there.
can you imagine walking up to your own home and this dude comes out
Somebody,
like, welcome home?
is that not crazy?
So dude's like, "Hey, are you gonna hurt me? Like, what is
What's
going
up?
on?"
Yeah.
And thinking he's getting robbed or whatever. And Charlie's like, "Why would I do something like that?" And kisses his feet, like kneels down and kisses his feet.
Literally kisses his feet.
It just gets weirder and weirder.
It does get weirder and weirder, but again, he knew that that dude needed to feel important,
Yeah,
and he did that act for that purpose.
but still, those personalities. I was just shocked that he got down on his knees and kissed somebody's feet.
I never would. That's
Yeah,
that's never like gone through my mind as my first time meeting someone,
yeah.
or second.
So now Dennis is like, "Hey, I'm
I'm
big dog
somebody.
now,
Yeah,
so like,
yeah,
yeah, let's
yeah,
do this." So he's
yeah,
chilling with the girls. It's like women, drugs, sex, music, everything.
yeah.
He's like, "This is the life I want."
Hmm.
Heck yeah.
Hmm.
Then he was like, "Oh, let me introduce you to some industry people. Your music's great. Like, let me help you out."
Hmm. Your face just said it all. Yeah. So he
So,
meets Terry Melcher here.
yep, and that's Doris Day's son.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What a small world. So he's a producer,
Right.
and he gets to meet him.
Because he grew up in the industry, he has a sense to recognize when things are not right.
Hmm.
And so he immediately is like,
Spidey senses.
don't like this.
Hmm.
And when Dennis is driving Terry home and Charlie's in the car, they had made a note in the documentary. He was like, "You are not going to my house," and got dropped off at the gate and walked up to the house.
Smart.
Did not want
So
anything
smart.
to do with dude.
Zero, zero, zero. Yeah,
Yeah.
smart guy.
But this is also where we hear about the first weird. His address was 10050 Cielo Drive, which is where Sharon Tate lived.
Yep.
So he was the owner before Sharon.
Which is, we'll get to that later,
Yeah.
but he knew things about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and at this point too, we find out that the Beach Boys had heard some of his music, and they took one of his songs.
They paid for one of the
Well,
songs.
yeah, but that's so weird
Yeah.
to know that their music is Manson's music. So crazy. And yeah, he gets rejected by them, and that's it though.
Well, so Dennis eventually gets Manson a recording studio session,
Yes, 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 yes.
and all was going okay until the sound engineer was like, "Hey, get a little closer to your mic," or giving him just the feedback to make the best
Which is what
possible.
they do.
Right, it's their job. Well, of course, Charlie,
Does not take any kind of criticism well.
and what does he do? He holds him at knife point and threatens him. And so sound engineer's like,
No,
"We are
yep,
done."
yep, that's it. Here's the contract.
Yeah.
shreds it.
Nope.
Yep.
So, not the best way to get a record deal,
No,
buddy.
no.
The resulting tapes that were made before the incident did not impress anyone, and Charlie thinks that this is Dennis's fault somehow.
Right.
It's never his fault.
Right. No, of course not. And but this fuels rage that he's already got, probably because he's short.
He's got Napoleon syndrome.
Definitely. And just his life. And so
Let's
this
just feel that,
so
okay?
but you're a cute pocket person. He's a demented pocket person. So yeah, that just adds fuel to his fire.
hmm So this is when Dennis is like, okay, things are not right. Like, I
Hmm.
gotta ditch these people. Like, how do I
Yeah.
get myself out of this?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
now it's like, ooh.
Hmm.
So they're running up his bills, like
Just credit card bills, just like
spending his money, like,
all of them. Yep.
They basically taken over the house, and Manson's starting to become violent. So Dennis is like, I gotta go on tour.
Yeah. I'll be back. You guys just chill.
And the landlord kicks him out of
Hmm.
Dennis's house.
Hmm. Pretty much, Dennis said, like, hey, I'm going to leave. Can you go take care of this for me? It won't be bad. Like,
Yeah.
you just go do it. But I got to go. I'm late. So if you could just do it. And poor landlord goes and has to deal with the
Not knowing,
Manson family.
but yeah, not knowing,
Not
like,
knowing
what he's walking
what
into.
exactly.
Luckily, they didn't do anything to him.
Correct.
Yeah, so he starts his tour. His lease is over at that place, and the landlord kicks him out.
Yeah.
This is when we start to hear about this song,
Yes.
which, again, like you said,
Hmm.
never in my life would I have ever
Mm-mm.
associated the Beach Boys.
With any lyrics that Manson wrote.
Yeah. So Dennis made a deal with Charlie and paid him for the song. So in his mind, Dennis's mind, he's like, I paid for the song, it's mine.
Right.
And he rewrote it some.
He made it more sexual, I think
Yeah.
they said, something like that.
But in Charlie's mind, that's still my song.
Hmm.
I don't care if you paid for it or not.
It's still mine.
It's mine.
Mhm.
And so Manson wrote it. It was called Cease to Exist. When Dennis reworked it, it became Never Learn Not to Love, which I've never heard,
Mm-mm.
and I don't want to.
No. No.
So Wilson was credited as the sole songwriter, which
Yeah.
infuriated
Uh-huh.
Charlie,
Uh-huh.
Charles
Manson.
Manson.
So now he's been rejected from having a career himself. He feels like his music has been stolen. So this is just, again, more rage.
Mm-hmm. So his laundry list of grievances is
Mm-hmm.
growing.
It's taller than he is.
True. He thinks Dennis betrayed him. Hollywood betrayed him. Terry betrayed him.
Everybody.
The music industry doesn't recognize his musical genius, and everybody owes him something.
It's everybody else, and they owe him all
Right.
the things.
Right. Which is, we hear this story a lot
Yeah,
in all of our true crime.
we sure
Yes.
do. We sure do.
But Dennis, is like, hey, Terry, just throw me a bone. Can you please go listen to this music? Like,
Hmm.
just please.
Hmm.
And Terry's like, fine. So he calls and says that he'll come out to the ranch to listen to the music.
Hmm.
So when he gets there, like, I'm just picturing in my head this whole production that they're putting on, right?
Hmm.
And thinking, like, this is it. Like, this is my big break.
Right.
It wasn't.
It was not what he wanted it to be.
Mm-mm. So Terry comes to the ranch, and the girls are dancing. Manson is on the guitar, singing and doing his thing, and it's a whole production. Like, it's legit, like a whole
You stand
concert.
here and you do this, and you stand here and you grind on this, and I'm gonna be over here with the
Yeah. And
Yeah.
one of you go give
Right.
him a lap dance.
Right. Right. Pretty much. Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
But after, like, I think they said 4 songs,
Hmm.
dude was like,
Okay,
I gotta go.
my time is limited.
Your music is good, but I don't know what to do with this in the studio, so sorry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then Manson just goes like, what the F?
Totally ballistic about that.
Because he then in his head had now recreated this, that Terry had promised him a record deal
Mm-hmm.
and just betrayed him.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, twisting everything in his mind.
Yeah.
It was his song.
Yeah. His song, his record
Yeah.
deal, and he just starts rallying the troops.
Yep.
This is where he compares this all to Judas betraying Jesus and setting the tone that he is the Messiah.
It's so much. Again, doesn't even feel real because it's so
Yeah.
disjointed.
Cuckoo bird. This is when Diane is like, this is where it all really takes a turn for the worse. Because now he's just livid, and he is going to prove himself to everybody.
Yep.
And this is where Helter Skelter goes.
Helter Skelter.
The race war
Yes.
stuff.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Do you want to take this or do you want me to keep going?
You keep going. I'm like, I'm loving listening to you, and I'll just keep jumping in.
Okay. All right. So Charlie was a racist
Mm-hmm.
and talked about an eventual black versus white race war.
Yes.
He was leaning into the fear of the black uprising at the time.
Yep.
Right around this time, also, the Beatles released the White Album.
Yes.
So this comes out in late 1968, and he's obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
And he thinks that all of these subliminal messages are just for him.
They are for him, and that this apocalyptic race war is, he and his family are going to be the knights in shining armor for this whole thing.
Yep. And one of the Beatles songs on that album was Helter Skelter.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what he begins to call this race war that he thinks is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
He's convinced that the Beatles are essentially confirming his prophecy because he is the Messiah
Of course.
of an approaching race war. Obviously, the album was not about that.
No, not at all. The Beatles were like, what? We don't even know who that is.
And he's making everybody analyze these lyrics and just listen to this album over.
Which, P.S., I've never been good at analyzing lyrics. Give me a beat. Give me a fat beat.
No, but do you remember when we were younger and the tapes?
Oh, listen to them backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that, and then they had all of the lyrics in like
Oh, yeah. Like in the cassette
cover
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love knowing what they were.
Yeah.
But I never saw a deeper meaning to any. I am very shallow, I guess. I am not one that's going to sit there and analyze what black hole sun means. Not me. Just going to sing it.
No, I am the worst. But I think I don't have the attention span to sit and analyze something.
Well, I do really bad at subliminal stuff. I am such a black and white person, and I'm such a just tell me kind of person. I thought I got a thumbs up. So I don't even look for hidden things and all the stuff. I just take everything at face value.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm bad at that. So he wouldn't have liked me much. Because I would have failed his let's dig into this verse class.
I would fail at like everything.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have even made it this far.
Attention span. I would know like what instructions he gave me to do something, and I'd be dead.
No, I'm telling you, I'd have come and got you.
No, he's my size. I could have taken him. I would have taken him out, and I would have taken over the cult.
Perfect.
Yeah. So he's going cuckoo.
Yeah.
Thinking this album is about the race war, and he
yep.
now needs to teach everybody how to defend themselves with knives. Cuckoo. He's crazy pants.
Yes. Nothing about him. Again, nothing makes sense.
No.
Yeah, I feel like that's just jumping from subject to subject.
Yeah, and that's why my notes like feels like they're all over the place, but they're not. That's how the doc went. The happy commune era is over. Manson tells them the race war is imminent. They need weapons. He said, you need to be willing to kill.
Yes.
To not be killed yourself.
Yes.
So they're now like, oh my gosh. It's like, in my head, I'm picturing like the zombie apocalypse.
Right. It just they're like, it just got real. Like, it's go time. Yeah. Like, all of a sudden, we were just having a love-in. Not an orgy, but a love-in.
It was totally an orgy.
And now we have to go, like, buy swords.
Yeah. So Catherine remembers Manson handing out large knives and teaching the family how to use them with graphic instructions about how to inflict fatal wounds. So he's legit like...
Yeah, we're not going to maim. We're going to kill.
Yeah. And then Diane, and they're saying that I don't want to hurt anybody. And I'm like, girl, like, what do you, like, you're there, like, that's where you're at.
We also meet a family member named Tex about this time. And Tex is a dude from Texas. And yeah, he is heavy. He wants to be Manson's second in command, basically.
That's episode 2.
I thought we were there.
Yeah, we're at episode 2 now, but we could
okay.
episode 2.
I thought we were already in episode 2.
No, that was all episode 1.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
So we're just going to drop a few
Yeah, so come back next week for episode 2 of the Confessions
of a Crazy Man or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Confessions of a Killer.
The tapes of douchebag. Tapes of Charles Manson.
Conversations with the Killer, the Charles Manson Tapes.
Sure.
Or you can call it the little tiny man with an ego problem. Whatever works.
Whatever works.
Yeah.
Okay, so episode 2, recap next week.
Yeah, sounds good.
We love you. Please leave us a 5-star review. Bye.
Thank you. We love you. Bye.